Good evening and welcome, viewers. Thank you for joining me. And wherever you are watching this, I hope you're safe and healthy. But more importantly, I hope that you're following the rules of the lockdown, because I want to begin by saying that I'm really sorry, but what has happened in the last 12 to 14 hours is just not done. It's not done. It's not acceptable. After the success of the Janata curfew yesterday, the way in which some of us broke the rules of the lockdown today was just appalling, unacceptable. And these people don't understand that they could be responsible for thousands and hundreds of thousands getting exposed to the coronavirus, including their loved ones and their family members. And some of us will have to tell them this in now no uncertain terms. And I'm not going to be kind about it today. I don't need to be. Neither should you. These people who, knowing the fact that what they are doing is terrible, still break the law are not just COVIDiots. That's a very soft phrase for them. That's a very forgiving expression. They are criminals. They are criminals responsible for risking India. They are behaving like this is some holiday. It's not. In Noida, I saw visuals of people getting into a closed mall. Can there be something more stupid or ridiculous than that? Did you go for a walk in a mall that you know is closed? In some other areas, people were just out there for a stroll in groups, in streets. People going out on the streets to see other people. And then there were other criminals who got on top of buses. And others who crammed buses, ran into buses. These people don't deserve public transport. It should be stopped. Look at these pictures of people on top of a bus. Getting into a bus and then standing in a bus, breaking every rule of social distancing, standing within inches of each other, and they say, oh, we would have missed the bus. Well, what's the problem if you would have had to wait for the next bus? What's the rush? We are behaving in a ridiculous and irresponsible manner. We are behaving like there is no tomorrow. And to put it simply, we are behaving like we will all die if we don't get into that bus and if we don't cram it. We are behaving like we will die if we don't go out for a big long walk. Or that we'll be finished if we don't get into that train or go into the grocery store together like it's some family outing. And do all of this with the abandonment that only the most selfish can display when we are all at risk. And so while I have been all for a voluntary effort and I have celebrated it, I am very happy now that the rules are slowly beginning to be made tougher. In fact, I think they should be unforgiving. The rules should be made extremely tough. Extremely tough, unforgiving, no leeway. I will be happier now if those breaking the lockdown are arrested, or better still, if they are challaned for a huge amount of money. I'm telling you, viewers, if anyone breaking a lockdown knows that he will have a 1 lakh rupee challan, believe me, nobody is going to break the rules like that and try to kill other Indians. These selfish people. If those treating this extremely difficult time as a general picnic are punished, I'll be very happy. And for starters, I was very happy today when I heard a little before 8 o'clock that curfew passes will now be issued in Delhi. Very good. That if those without curfew passes will now start getting forcibly homebound, I am going to be very happy, because this is what we deserve. We have disrespected our democracy. And if we abuse our democracy by mocking it the way it happened this morning and today, and why? Just because our Prime Minister wanted to solve this with a collective voluntary effort. We have let down the Prime Minister of India, we've let down the health workers, we have let down all of this. And if any people out there, after having done all of this, now think that clapping for 2 minutes and putting it on social media is going to wash away their sins, it will not. It will not, it should not. Because if we behave selfishly, we deserve tough laws. And if we treat emergency crews, and what is happening is incredible. In this country, I hear that emergency crews and emergency services and employees of Indigo Airlines one day and then Air India one day are treated like pariahs, and people from the northeastern part of the country are being targeted. You know, it's incredible how we are behaving. You're treating all the emergency services as pariahs, doctors, nurses. You think you will get away by clapping for 1 minute and then saying to somebody who's from an emergency service that you're not going to let them into your housing societies? Then I'm sorry. You do this on the one side, and then the same people will go and break every lockdown rule on the other. Because if this is the way we are going to behave, then I am appealing to the government today. And I don't care if this makes you popular or unpopular. I am appealing to the government today, make this an enforced and not a voluntary lockdown. There is no point having a day-long Janta curfew and extending it by a day. Lay the law, end the voluntarism of this, enforce the law, and punish the people who break the lockdown law in an absolutely unforgiving way. There is no other way now.